Okay, so this is my first test of Action 3 camera with wireless microphone, and I went outside. What I like about this camera, like if you use cell phone, you need to have your arm extended in order to have you in the picture in the right way. But this one you can keep closer, like half closer, so you don't need to extend your arm. You can keep like this. So like a normal way for cell phone would be like 2 feet away or something like that, to have, like, I would say, right framing in terms of photography. That would be right framing, kind of like head and shoulders and some of the picture, like the background. So in this case right now, I don't need to extend. I just have. It looks like I'm just checking something on my camera. Look like I'm looking into camera for like settings, or checking my videos. I mean, it doesn't look like I'm even recording. So I like the fact that it allows me to have a camera much closer, so I don't need to be walking like with extended hand. So my hand is bended like, I would say, 90 degrees or even more, and I can have this picture, the framing, which is actually, I like it. Now I want to see how it is if I will put on the dashboard. The only problem is that this doesn't have a ball. Like for the tripod you have a ball, so you cannot have a ball. So every time I would be like this. You can see the steering wheel. If I will put on the dashboard, if I would have a ball, I would tilt somehow like this maybe. But this one, it has a sticky base. If you look, sticky base. So if I put this, you see, if I put this sticky base on the dashboard, it's good, but I will have the steering wheel. Otherwise you need to lower steering wheel. I could probably, what if I don't want? Because I have a stick shift, I don't like to lower too much. Well, right now it's just sitting. I didn't stick to the dashboard. It just sticking. I just put flat right on top of my dashboard. Let's see how it is. I just make U-turn on my street. I'm not gonna drive anywhere. Oops. It's kind of fun, but I need to hold this better, I guess. Otherwise, it just actually, this camera, I don't think it's even a good idea to mount on dashboard. I think it should be closer. Hold on. I think it should be much closer. It should be before steering wheel, like this. Right now, this one is before the steering wheel. So it depends on what you want to achieve. So right now I have my hand is like 90 degree bended, and it's way before the steering wheel, And I consider actually this is the right framing to me. I don't want to be too small unless I'm showing something, then I can be small. So now it's a good question. Maybe what I can do is, there is like, you know, for those sun visors, maybe I can have some kind of attachment to sun visors, and then I would hand camera like this. Otherwise it would be much wider. Which is okay, I guess. Let's see how about the street. You see there is no ball, the ball joint. Let me see if I can change. I think I can change. Yeah, oh yes. So if I do like that, oh yeah, so I'm okay actually. Basically you need to have level. Like for construction, I have somewhere level. You get a level for construction, and you need to have the perfect level, the bubble in the middle, then you stick that on. But this is already standard. I cannot make it closer. This is standard, but even this standard is wide. Anyway, I think it's okay. If I'm driving, talking, all I need is actually have good level, find the perfect place, and I need to stick that on. That's actually in some way better than cell phone, because these cell phones, I had this before, they make cheap those attachments, and I dropped my cell phone a few times already. So I don't like to record sometimes with my cell phone. First of all, I have phone calls, and second thing is I don't like to drop. So I decided to go with action camera, because many people for YouTube, for those content moderation, if they travel, most likely they will use action cameras, because it's very small. It's small and compact. That's what I actually like, small and compact. Basically it's alright. Right now I am using HDR. I have HDR because I updated my firmware, and I will put that sticky plate on my dashboard, and I want to buy attachment for like tripod 1/4 or whatever they call it, millimeters for the tripod. I don't really need that stick, extending stick, because honestly, if this camera is making close, I don't need to extend hand. I have 90-degree bend, or even less than 90 degree to have this picture. I don't need really a stick. I have a tripod. I just put tripod together and put this camera with adapter on that tripod. I have a ball that so I can change the level. That's all I need. So this is just a test. Let's see HDR for the street. HDR for the street. The way you do HDR, you maybe put like that under the car. You need to see what's in the shadow. It should not be black, it should be like HDR. Basically you see something in the shadow, or if it's too much white, HDR is supposed to give some details on white. It should not be perfectly white if there are some kind of things on white. You know what I mean? Like suppose there is a scratch here, and if it's sun, you need to see that. Unless you want to make some kind of makeup. But HDR in general, like if you have a white wall, but the wall, suppose if it's too much sun, wall without HDR would be all white, but with HDR it would show you some kind of smaller shades. Anyway, I think it's okay. Let me transfer. I will make one movie with cell phone and with this camera. Okay, second test. I have Rocksteady. They have Rocksteady and they have Rocksteady Plus. So now I don't have Plus, just a normal Rocksteady. Basically it's stabilization. In general, I don't like to go too much with stabilization because it will start to look kind of unnatural. In some sense look like, you know, like video game, digital video game or something. So for me, this is Rocksteady. I've seen how it looks. It looks okay. I did not try Rocksteady Plus, but I have just this one, and I was trying to see if Rocksteady and HDR will work. Basically, HDR, I have 1080p, 30 frames, and I have HDR and Rocksteady all together right now. So it's actually working. I'm trying to find my level. I had a level somewhere, so I can use my level and I can attach to the dashboard. Ah, shit, I don't know where I got my stuff. But anyway, I'm testing camera at the same time searching. I had a small level somewhere, orange color, kind of, what they call torpedo level. Somewhere, but I don't see. Anyway, I think HDR is pretty good. Right now I see my face is not really dark. Even if I'm facing the ground, which I supposedly, like right now I look at the ground. Normally it would be a big shadow on my face. But the DJI is helping to keep that the right, I guess, light. So it's not like completely dark. I'm not sure. Okay, testing. Now I have my wireless mic, DJI. I have camera, Rocksteady. Okay, I suppose I just walk, completely don't care about super smooth, just normal way of walking. Don't care about shaking, smoothing out shakes. Okay, I just walk, everything shaking, a little here and there in a normal way. Let's see. So I keep walking. You know, some people, suppose I do vlogging right now. I'm sure many people, you will be surprised, many people, if you ask them, have you seen curry? Say, yeah, curry, yes, I eat curry all the time. But have you seen the curry, the tree? No, I don't know how it looks. You'll be surprised. Many people who eat curry, they don't know how curry tree look like. Some don't even have curry tree leaves. They have spices and they call it curry, but it's not curry. Or curry, you know, Indian. So let me show you how curry tree look like. Look like this. This is curry. This is curry. This, you see leaves like this? This is curry leaves. So what you do is you put some with rice. I guess that would be more like Sri Lankan style. We put some with rice, with meat, and you can put dry one too. So you see like how it is, and it has very special smell, which normally you don't see that. Like curry, when you buy powder, it doesn't smell like that. So I had a chance when I was a cook. Had a chance to cook with one cook from Fiji. Fiji, they have many Indian people, and when they cook, they put like onions, dry curry, and they put this fresh curry. They think dry with fresh is way better. That's how Fiji curry would look like. So if you use this one dry, make powder, that would be curry powder. But they put beside curry powder, they put like garam masala and all kind of coriander. It's a mixture. But anyway, that's how it looks. Okay, now I have a different setting. First of all, I'm not using microphone. I had to remove the case to download from SD card. At the same time, I want to hear how it's gonna sound if my wireless is not working or died or whatever. Now there is a setting there. It's quite interesting. It's called horizontal stabilization, which is kind of strange because many times when you put on gimbal, actually the most what you do is actually horizontal. Like I'm moving right now left and right, but on the picture I'm kind of with the, it's kind of okay. So if you look at the car, you see the car, look, I make left and right. So I'm doing this left and right, but I think that's the best setting actually. I did try Rocksteady. I'm not impressed. If you do Rocksteady Plus, it's kind of more smooth, but it's not gonna work with HDR. HDR is not working with Rocksteady Plus, but it can work with horizontal stabilization. I think that's what I'm gonna set on. So it's gonna be kind of like gimbal, because that's what you have on gimbal. It's always stabilizing horizontally, right? So that would be kind of gimbal look, but at the same time you don't have gimbal. I think that's the best solution. And like I said, it's gonna work with HDR. So not every stabilization is working with HDR. Oh, shoot. So now testing my microphone, which is on a camera. I can say this battery will die pretty fast. I didn't record that much today. It's only half left. So if they say adventure package with like those 3 batteries, if you are planning to take your car for the whole day, even if it's not big adventure, for the whole day, I think you should look at 3 batteries, because I didn't shoot much. It's half left. I only shoot few files, short ones. Unless you shoot very little, few seconds. But if you have those vlogging kind of stuff for the whole day, expect all 3 batteries to take with you, or even more. Suppose you charge them in hotel. It depends on if you do international vlogging. You charge them at hotel and you use them. Those action cameras, they take power. Anyway, that's all for this session.